What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So I wanted to update you today, and even if the news is not good or whatever the news is, I tend to remain neutral. And in fact, I'm actually bullish on the outcome of the end of the cycle. How we get there will be battered and bruised, but there's information that you need to hear regardless of how you want to take it. I want to give it to you firsthand, guys. So smash a like, follow the channel. And of course, our content is consistent. Either way, I'm here to update you. I'm not running away. I'm not shy from my projects that are doing 90 or 70% down. And I'm definitely not shy about sharing my projects, which I think will do really well. Doesn't even matter. We are at the bottom, so the bottoms are completely closed. So let's have a look at this. Massive volatility coming in this week. Here's what you need to know. On Tuesday and Wednesday, Fed Chair Powell testifies. And of course, in front of the Congress, and then Wednesday he's in front of the House or the Senate, and the market could absolutely react to that. Of course, this week has major blue chip earnings in the stock market coming in, and earnings season continues. 14 major companies are announcing, including McDonald's, Coca-Cola, Shopify, and then Wednesday you got the likes of Robinhood, Reddit, Cisco, and of course, the biggest day, Sony, Coinbase, Airbnb, and a few others. And of course, Wednesday, we've got Jerome Powell. Sorry, that's Monday, where he's testifying regarding the state of the economy. This could be very interesting. A lot of the market will read into that. Of course, CPI inflation report, and that's expected to be around that 2.9%, which is flat. But of course, any surprises could rock the markets, the way especially the market is at the moment. And then we've got the PPI coming on the wholesalers inflation on Wednesday. Of course, factor number 4 is Trump, ever present, ever tweeting, and of course whatever news that Doge or any of the Trump administration members come up with could be quite unpredictable. So volatility coming in this week. Now, I also talk about other things as one thing to consider, and there are other factors as well. Okay, now I've noticed, doing a bit of digging around, many chains have collapsed in terms of their TVL. Harmony, 1.4 billion TVL, 1.7 million, 99%. Aurora, 14 million, 98% of the TVL. Moon River, 380 million to 2.4 million. Canto, FMOS, of course, Polygon TVL is also down 92% from 9 billion back in 2021, or the height of the bull market, to 700 million. And this is obviously, this is the picture in terms of the TVL. So when you hear the market is not doing well, it's not just the altcoins you hold, it's entire market that's absolutely suffering, guys. And of course, just to give you my overall, I posted this today in the VIP, but total 3 is probably key for us. We need to claim 900 billion. Weekly RSI is still trending down, so of course that has to bottom out, and before you can actually buy total 3, which is where we buy mostly, there's still a bit more to go. Having said that, it could reverse any moment. At this stage of the cycle, parallel with the last one, you never know when the pumps or the market reversal comes. That's why, just as it is DCA in, when the market is doing rather better into what you want, you also have to DCA, set limit orders if the projects drop. And of course, Bitcoin, in terms of the market, one thing I've noticed is the decoupling of the crypto free fear and greed. Of course, fear and greed, this index is completely disregarding, guys, so misleading. BTC showing greed, which is showing the entire market as greed, but of course alts are in extreme fear, and that is some noticeable thing. But all eyes this week will be on USDT dominance, and that should hopefully cool off, and we're probably looking at the up and coming FOMC to be a confirmation of that. The worst case scenario, if BTC breaks 89k, of course, or 88k, we could see a drop back to 72k, but that's an absolutely worst case scenario. Back in August, everybody expected 30k, but what did we do? We dipped to 49, and that was a V shape. So it didn't really, where you get lightly wrecked to smithereens will be will be the, what do you call, leverage markets. Spot will recover. Now, of course, potentially there's projects you can obviously look at, and I would say, Axelize one, Aerodrome's another, Ondo's another one. If it dips to 95 cents, I think that's all in. Potenza Tau, triple bottom could be at $230. Sonic is the fastest chain, a very fast chain, 16,000 TPS by sub-second finality. TVL is absolutely growing. Beam, of course, I wouldn't buy Beam unless there was a crash, but burns are consistent, so they've been billions and billions of the supply. Other things I'm eyeing are usual, Bread, AITECH. Of course, AITECH, obviously, they have AI agents, they have token burns incoming. They have, they've done everything there is. Price is not reactive. And that's something that obviously CC is also talking about in terms of how Binance projects get listed, which is a totally broken system. An update on Alephium is obviously we had that bull trap for the Gigaton news, but there wasn't a bull trap. Obviously, prices went to nearly $3, but they capitulated post that because the market was downtrending and huge sell pressure. Okay. But there is an inverse head and shoulders. Sell pressure is probably decreasing now. And don't panic sell, at least wait for better days. I was considering obviously Kaspa without a Binance listing yet, of course. If it gets listed, I think $1 is achievable. Maybe long-term bull market target could be half of that. But the next one is DEAI, has recovered at 16 cents now, of course. I have rotated some of it into Tau, but they have, of course, I invited these guys for an AMA. And that's probably why we're not doing that. Of course, call me crazy here with Mavia, but I did add a bit of Mavia. Carrot's been doing well, bought another 10K. And final thought, of course, is the usual de-risk. If you wanted to move out of the market at your own risk, same as it is, you never lose money until you sell, guys. So, so that's something to consider. In terms of the ETF flows, this was quite interesting. 220 million flew into Bitcoin last week, but 420 million flew into Ethereum spot ETFs. Very, very interesting. Currently, the market sentiment, guys, is back to December 2023 after being all-time highs 2 months prior. So there's absolutely, market sentiment right now is non-existent. Okay. Interesting this week, CC came out and said Binance's listing process is broken and needs to reform, suggesting SEX should ultimately list like a DEX to prevent price spikes before launch. Very noble of him, but this week you would notice that there was a project called Test that came out and everybody just aped into it. No disregard or no regard for what even the project was. He actually said Test. Interesting to see AI mindshare, right, collapsed to 32%, down from 70 just last month. Very, very interesting. One of the growing tokens in my portfolio is Potenza Tau. It's actually performing relatively well, but narratives do move fast, but fundamentals stay the same, guys. That's what I would say. And that's why, for example, even for the likes of, if you look at our projects, you look at, for example, the likes of AITECH, right? And it's doing no better or no worse than every other microcap in the total three. But AITECH, let me just show you what I'm talking about. Is it still worth it? Are you holding it? I mean, listen, there's a lot of permutations that you can do. But if you look at this, went up absolutely parabolic, came down. These are entry levels to what we've seen previously back before. Look, the sentiment basically, when I'm telling you December 2023, it's so true. I mean, the price here is absolutely mirroring of that. Now, could we see another spike? It's accumulating and going sideways if I actually zoom in. So right now, if you're one of these people that are down immensely, is it still worth holding it? I'm still holding to my bag. I haven't switched yet, even though I've got the likes of Tau as a kind of a project that kind of offsets any risk that I have here. But this is a great entry point. No doubt, with all of the things they're doing. Like I said, they've got a debit card. They've got other things going on. So I'm in no doubt that it's going to come back and do well. But is it still worth holding it? Well, if you were in my group originally, you would have entered this at around 4 cents, 4.5 cents. Subsequently, the average has gone higher. And then obviously we round tripped any gains that we were supposed to make with this. Went all the way up. Everybody was expecting well above $1, and it never happened. That could be the story for many of your altcoins. But right now, when sentiment is at all-time market low, right, and they are still trying to do what they can to pump the project, I don't think I'd be selling. All right, Launchpad. I mean, we've seen ChainGPT listed on Binance, so I still do believe if you look at this, and of course they are, they are now on base. So is it worth it? Absolutely not. AITECH, I think, on base now as well. There's going to be plenty of things going on here, and therefore I'm going to hold. Unlike some other projects, I'm going to hold. So hold or sell. That question, I'm telling you now, it's at the bottom. If you're getting in, it's fine. $58 million market cap. I think there's just a way too much links to BSC daily for me to sell my AI tech back. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, has this been a good investment? So far, no, unless you took advantage of the first pump. But you don't sell at capitulation points. So the answer to the question today, debit card coming up. I mean, they have a debit card. They have the token burns. They've got the move to base. They've got other things as well. So sell yes or no at these lows must be stupid. I'm not selling AI tech until the market moves again. And I'm going to take a peek when everything just starts lifting a little bit, because we will see life back in the market. I will then make that decision to see whether the project is completely done or not. But the consistent BSC daily bull posting of AI tech, you can see here, and the fact that the market is at capitulation point doesn't actually. This is the 10th of February, and this is obviously BSC daily discussions here. So on that note, guys, have a great one. I'm going to keep doing these videos, keep or sell, and I'm going to try and bring more of these content to you. But I hope you like that. Very concise, straightforward. Anyway, guys, smash a like, and I'll catch you on the next update, guys. The market will turn around, so just keep your head up and keep plugging away. Remember what Warren Buffett said: you never lose until you sell. Take care.